and it stands for something.
All rise for the Honorable Jordan C. Thomas.
You may all be seated. Welcome back, everybody, to Champs versus Chumps. As always, brought to you by Pro-Am Belts, the only place to get your championship hardware. We've got a great matchup coming at you this week, and today's defendants will be making their case for their respective teams as we get geared up for this AFC East absolute showdown. So I'll start the introductions. First off, representing the 70-point scoring, Commissioner Cooper adoring America's team, the Miami Dolphins, we have Andrew from the Dolphin Brothers. What's up, my man?
How's it going?
Good to have you, man. Good to have you. Up next, and we know this face, representing the reigning, defending AFC East champion. Sorry, I don't have a clever rhyme for you. We have Rico from the Buffalo Fanatics.
What's happening? I'm happy to be back to wax that ass. Let's go.
All right. I like it. So, fellas, you already kind of know the rules. We've got 5 rounds. We'll start with the quarterback position, make our way down. Odd number rounds, you're going to tell me why your team is the champ. Even number rounds, you're going to tell me why the other squad is a bunch of chumps. So, without further ado, let's get it on.
Champ round. Quarterbacks.
All right, I'm going to start with the challenger on this, considering Rico is the reigning defending AFC East champion. So, Dolphin Brothers, my man, tell me why your quarterback is the champ in this matchup this week.
I mean, what do you need me to say? How many yards has he thrown this season? I believe he leads the league, might be second place, but he's got over 1,000 yards in 3 games already. 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, undefeated. Listen, when it comes to Tua, everybody says, well, if he stays that, nobody says, he's not good at this, not good. It's always if he stays healthy. He's going to stay healthy. He's been sacked the least. He's been hit the least out of any quarterback in the NFL this year. Okay. When Tua's healthy, Tua can't be stopped.
Okay, Rico, what is your response? Why is Josh Allen the champion of this matchup?
That's really cute from the little Dolphins brother. So cute. So check this out. Let me pop quiz Dolphins brother. Do you know what the record between Tua versus Josh Allen is since they've gone up against each other? Do you know?
If I had
the way you look to the side, it doesn't look like 4-1. All right. When it comes to you got to match up against the bigger brother. You got to step up to the plate. He's 4-1. Let's go to the stat line, right? 4 wins, 1 loss for y'all. All right, for 1 win for y'all. 1,300 yards to your 999, right? 13 pass TDs to your 4. 3 interceptions from Josh. 4 for you guys. Don't think that you're playing against the Broncos that quit on your ass. Listen, it's gonna be tough. It was tough last year. It's gonna be tough this year. So you got to step up to the plate. This is going to be a good matchup. But right now, Josh Allen has the edge, and he's going to prove why he's the alpha male in the AFC East this comes Sunday. So you'll see for yourself.
Hey, this ain't the Brian Flores Dolphins anymore.
Who's the coordinator? Who's your coordinator?
Defense coordinator?
Yeah, who's your coordinator?
Never
heard of her.
Oh,
Never heard of her.
I ain't trying to hear nothing like that. All right, boys. Order in the court. All right, you both came out swinging. I like the fire. I like the aggression. I hope your teams follow your lead coming into this weekend. And man, as hot as Tua Tagovailoa is right now, it's hard to go against him. But my man Rico brought stats for days. Point number 1 goes to the Buffalo Fanatics and Rico.
Little brother didn't come prepared. Let's go, little brother.
Chump round. Running backs.
Man, I like it. You guys do this right. Everybody, all future defendants on this show, take notes because these fellas know how to do this thing. So Rico with an H, he's got one against Andrew, who has none. We are moving on to round 2, and this is the chumps round. So Andrew, I started with you last time, so Rico, I'm gonna start with you this time. Tell me why the Miami Dolphins running backs are a bunch of chumps this week.
Ooh, boy. Well, I'm gonna say this. It's hard for me to call them chumps because I actually really like Raheem Mostert. I think he's a solid back, and the fact that he doesn't have that lingering injury still nagging him, he's actually refreshed, and it's shown this year. I mean, he's got 240 yards rushing this year thus far. He hasn't really played a defense like what he's gonna come up against the Bills, but he still will get his. I can't call them chumps, but I will say this though: when you can't have speed, you got to neutralize speed. So if you can't get through our penetrating defensive line, you're going to be turned into chumps. Did you not see what we did to Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs, one of the best backs in the game, negative yards. We made him look like Reggie Bush back in that bit. So I have a small feeling that we might turn y'all into Jacobs this coming Sunday. So enjoy that little 70-point output you guys had against the Broncos. We ain't horses. We Buffaloes, baby. We ain't going to let that thing happen again. That's for sure.
All right. All right. Well, Rico's coming out hot. Andrew, give me your response. Tell him why this Buffalo backfield is a bunch of chumps this week.
Well, first of all, again, Josh Jacobs isn't last year's Josh Jacobs. I don't think he's put up numbers against anyone. And, going with the Bills running backs, listen, James Cook is on my fantasy team, all right? And I hope he has a great season, okay? And I think he will, okay? And I think Buffalo has a great run game. I think they have a good offensive line. And I think James Cook normally has a good game. But come on, you're not going to be running the ball when you're down by 30. We're going to score early. We're going to score often. And you guys got to abandon their run game.
All right. All right. A little bit cleaner of a round. You guys didn't swing as hard this way, but I got to say, man, Rico, you can't come out with your argument and tell me that, the Miami Dolphins running backs aren't chumps, because if they're not the chumps, that only leads the Buffalo Bills. Point for my man, the Dolphin Brothers.
Champ round. Wide receivers.
All right, we're back to being champions around here. Something that I don't know if either of you guys really know a whole lot about, but hopefully this year it will change for one of you. So I'm going to go back to Andrew here. Andrew, tell me why the Miami Dolphins wide receivers are the champs in this matchup.
I mean, that's easy. I think I could win this round just by saying Tyreek Hill's name. He's a cheat code, okay? But I'll give you a couple reasons. You got Tyreek Hill. You got Mike McDaniel's going to scheme Tyreek Hill into having a running start on every play. And if you somehow figure out how to stop Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Waddle. And if you somehow figure out how to stop Jalen Waddle, you've got what? You're an outside linebacker trying to cover Berrios and River Craycraft, But the numbers speak for themselves. I think Tyreek Hill is going to have 2,000 yards this season. He's got over 100 yards in every game so far. He's got a touchdown in every game so far. And we did this without Jalen Waddle for the last game and half of the Patriots game. Bring Jalen Waddle back. This is the greatest show on surf is what we're calling it.
Okay, the greatest show on surf. Rico, what you got to say about that?
You just can't throw out Tyreek Hill and then expect it to just end the argument against the Bills. Do you know what Tyreek Hill's done against the Bills? 3 receptions his first game. 2 receptions against the Bills the first time, and then 9 receptions for 69 yards the last time. Boy, you better listen. If you're gonna come, you're gonna come with it nice. So no, you can't just put that argument out there. Now you got Stephon Diggs, one of the best running receivers in this game, and he's torched the Dolphins every time, and put Xavier Howard on him, put Igbanogany. I think he's even gone. I don't even think he's on your squad anymore. It don't matter because he's just gonna run y'all out of town. So Stephon Diggs versus any one of you guys, we got it. I didn't even bring up Gabe Davis. I didn't have to bring up Dalton Kincaid, our rookie. And then James Cook, the guy that's on your fantasy team, you better hope he gets in the game because he catches the ball out of the backfield. So don't even think twice. It's the Bills receivers versus y'all. I know you guys got speed, but we bottled up Tyreek Hill before, and we'll bottle him up a little bit again. Jalen Waddle, if he can hold on to the ball this time, we'll see. And River Dance Craycraft, never heard of her. Barrios, we'll see what he can do if he can settle up in the middle. But don't forget, we got ourselves some dogs in there. Milano, I know you know Milano's name. I know you're going to remember his name tomorrow. Actually, this coming up game is going to be fun. So receivers, Bills, 1, Dolphins, take that L because it's not going to happen against the Bills.
Okay, all right. I was a little worried you started that round a little soft on me, and you were just talking about Tyreek Hill, which I get because Tyreek Hill is awesome. You battled back there, but, at the end of the day, I'm not here to talk about Braxton Berrios, Tomato Milano, I don't know. Point Dolphins on the wide receivers.
Chump round. Tight ends.
All right. So back to the chump side of this. Rico, you find yourself for the first time in a hole in this matchup. Can you battle back?
Let's go. What do we got?
Oh, sorry. Chumps. Tight end. Tell me why the Miami Dolphins tight ends are a bunch of chumps.
I mean, you got rid of your best tight end in Gesicki. What is it? Who's your guy? Not River Craycraft. Just Schmith. Whoever. I don't even know who your damn tight ends are. It doesn't really matter because you guys don't really use them. So it's Tyreek Hill and the rest of your crew. Your tight ends is non-existent. So why are we even talking about our tight ends? I got Dawson Knox. I got my man Dalton Kincaid. The game is over right then and there. So to me, if you ain't stretching the football downfield, what you doing with your tight ends? Non-existent. Let's move on to the next topic. Y'all ain't got no tight ends. That's gonna give us no issues. Good day, sir.
Okay, Andrew, what do you got to say in response?
I'll be honest with you, this was the hardest one for me to prepare for. But I mean, listen, as far as we're talking in this game, you got Dawson Knox. You guys are going to talk about Kincaid like he's going to do something. The rookie hasn't done anything this year. I don't expect him to do anything against us. Dawson Knox, I mean, I'm sure he's going to run a couple great routes. He's going to be 5 yards out, but you guys are down by 20 points. He's going to be throwing it deep to one of your receivers. So I don't see you doing your little tight end dump offs you guys normally do when you're in a shootout with the Dolphins.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, for such loaded and stacked teams, the tight ends definitely aren't the most exciting position in this matchup. However, I can identify two from the Buffalo Bills. So Rico gets the point and the win on that one.
Final round. Who wins the game?
All right, fellas. So there's some extra stakes involved in this particular round 5. So this week I am putting my vote on the line. So we are in a pick'ems contest over here at TSS Fantasy, and I can't decide who's going to win this damn game. So I need you guys. Whoever wins this is getting my vote this week. Dolphin Bros, Andrew, you came with it strong all night. Close us out here. Can you deliver the final blow to Rico? Tell me why America's team is going to prevail this weekend.
Absolutely. There is no team in the league hotter than the Miami Dolphins right now. I mean, we've scored the most points by far. We've gotten the most yards. I mean, you look at what Mike McDaniel's doing. We've got Raheem Mostert and A-Chain as the running backs. We're not over there trying to sign Dalvin Cook and Jonathan Taylor. We're not using James Cook. We got no-name running backs rushing for how many yards a game? 400 yards we had rushing. We've got, I mean, Waddle's out. We're still passing for 300 yards. It doesn't matter who we have. Matt McDaniel's going to scheme. And on top of that, we haven't even seen the best of what this defense can do. We've got the best defense coordinator in the NFL. He's got Xavier Howard. We've got Javon Holland forced, 2 fumbles last week? Kato Kohu, he's out there getting sacks. He's out there recovering fumbles. I mean, we haven't seen at all what this defense can do, and our defense always peaks against the Bills. Our offense is going to stay on point. Our defense is only getting better. I mean, you're gonna have to score 71 points to beat us.
Okay. So I see Rico. He's been over there. He's just been ready, just so chill, so calm. It looks like he's about to deliver that death blow. Let's see what you got, Rico. Close us out here.
The Dolphins brother already he put the death blow on himself when he said we're gonna have to score 71 points. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, here's what's gonna come down to. Y'all are hot. You guys are feeling yourself right now. You know what I'm saying? The media is loving you guys. You guys are the media darlings, right? But guess what? The game's not in Miami this time. It's in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And when things get hot, sometimes too hot is not good. So you got to come to Buffalo so we can cool you down. All right.
Woo!
Well, here's the deal when it comes to this game. If you think you guys are going to run up and put 70 points, you're not playing the Broncos. I told you that already. So cut that crap out. That's number one. Number two, Tua is a good quarterback, but he's a timing quarterback. I don't want to call him a system quarterback. He's a damn good quarterback, but he's a timing quarterback. You gotta knock off the timing. Your little mesh runs that you guys do, we got that. I know people are just so damn afraid of the speed, so they play deep. We're not going to do that. We're confident. We have the guys to do it. Trey White is back and feeling 100%. Matt Milano's in the middle, surveying. We got our new linebacker in Mr. Bernard that's going to be doing his thing, and he's coming up. And right now, you got Ed Oliver that's penetrating like you want. Listen, fam, this run game that you think you're going to be doing, you're not going to be doing that. We're not going to allow that. So it's going to be Tua having to pinpoint and pick his spots. But Tua gives you 8 to 7 throws that are awful. And guess what? One of them is going back to the house for 6. So if you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, it's not. I didn't even talk about the offensive side of the ball because we know we're going to get work, but it's the defense. It's about Leonard Floyd. It's about Greg Rousseau. And I'm not even bringing Von Miller to your ass. That's number one. Number two, y'all got a rotation on your D-line that's not strong enough, right? Christian Wilkins, I like Christian Wilkins, but y'all only run with 5 linemen, and you don't really rotate as much. We're going to tire you out. 12 personnel, it ain't going to spread. It's going to be 12 personnel. So you're going to have to get up, man up, and try to defend. By third quarter, y'all be gassed out, and that's when we unleash James Cook. That's when we unleash Don Kincaid, and it's not going to be the game that you think it's going to be. Bills win this one. Now, I ain't going to give you a score, but it's the Bills win, and that's that. There's nothing else to talk about. Then you guys will now be cooled off at 3-1, and it's a good quarter, but not against this team. We still got to eat. We got to eat the East, man. We're 3 wins. We're 3 division champs in. We're trying to go for a 4th. It ain't going to happen. Maybe next year. Dolphins.
Okay. All right. Well, quite the compelling case for both of you gentlemen. So kudos to you both. And I got to say, Rico, I think you said it best, my man. The Miami Dolphins, they might be the hottest team in football. And Andrew, I got to say, you might be, the defendant on this stand who was on fire for the longest time in my courtroom. But unfortunately, I think this week, much like it's going to cool off in Buffalo against Miami, I am giving Rico this win, and I'm giving Buffalo the win for the week.
His name is John Cena.
Bam, bam, bam. That's right, buddy.
And Rico, I mean, man, we're big believers in the participation around here, and so we don't let anybody leave our show empty-handed. Andrew, we got a special something for you too, my man.
Awesome.
Dumbass. Thank these. They call me dumbass. Black cotton entertainment. Stupid.
All right, boys. Well, I appreciate you both joining me tonight. Rico, do me a favor as champion. Tell all these fine folks where they can find all your great content.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, I always appreciate you guys having me on the show. You guys can find me on Twitter right now, Rico_BF_, and everything else, Buffalo Fanatics. You know what I mean? We're Buffalo Fanatics on every platform. Y'all can find me. And if you guys are hitting up on YouTube, it's the Rico Report, Buffalo Fanatics. That's the show every Tuesdays and Fridays and post game. We go hard in the paint, and we're going to go hard in the paint against the Dolphins on Sunday, baby. Watch out. Woo!
I love it. I love it. Andrew, my man, awesome as well tonight. Tell all these fine folks where they can find you and all of your great content.
Yeah, so everything I'm on, it's _Dolphin Brothers, DOLPHINS Don't forget the last S. Everybody always does.
Don't forget that last S. So, all right, guys. Again, I appreciate you both for stopping in and pleading your cases tonight. Good luck this weekend. Everybody else, if you made it this far, if you watched this much of the show, please do us a favor, like and subscribe. Make sure you stick around for the best damn Dynasty show on the planet coming up next on the Fantasy Sports Corporation YouTube channel. And that is it for this week. This court is adjourned.
Yeah.